Welcome back to the Rec Combat. This is your boy Chesco, here with Isaiah and Luis, who knows nothing. Oh no, but he does know about combat, right? You were in the wrestling team.
I wasn't wrestling.
What were you ranked?
Not at all.
Great.
I got the highest I got second place.
Look, you're not a wrestler, but you're a MMA practitioner.
Yeah.
What do you think is more important, jiu-jitsu or wrestling?
I guess it depends what you're talking about, huh?
For MMA.
I think I have to give the edge to wrestling.
Wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Why is that?
But
why?
I don't know, because jiu-jitsu is important. I guess, but yeah, I would say give them more the edge to wrestling.
Well, why the edge to wrestling? Because you would think, like somebody who doesn't know about MMA, that wrestling is all about just getting them down and pinning them to the mat, where jiu-jitsu is about blocks and actually like submitting them. Right. You would think that logically that jiu-jitsu would be better, but why
I
is
think
it?
it is a mix, because I guess, let's say you're fighting a guy who has really good jiu-jitsu, right? Obviously, he wants to take you down, but if you know how to wrestle, he's not going to be able to take you down the way you want to.
It's for the defense as well.
Right. But let's say you're really good at jiu-jitsu and you have a guy who's really good at wrestling, he might be able to take you down and might be able to stop you from all your the jiu-jitsu submission attempts, which it could be vice versa, but I think a good wrestler who knows the basic jiu-jitsu defenses,
Yeah, he probably has the edge.
I mean, look at Justin Gaethje. He's he was a D. I don't know if he was D1 or D2. He's
He was D1.
wrestler, and it's very hard to take him down.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to worry about jiu-jitsu.
You were second in the district? So I asked you what you were ranked and you don't know.
I just told you, the highest I got was second in the district.
That's pretty high. Like, what you call it? We just saw Sarukian versus
Oliveira.
Oliveira's one, if not the best,
Jiu-jitsu?
not jiu-jitsu practitioner, but jiu-jitsu for MMA. You think there's been anybody better?
Maybe
Damian Maya?
Maybe, but I think Charles mixes it up better.
He definitely has better stand-up.
Yeah.
But what you call it? But yeah, maybe Damian Maya, but that's about it. And he got pretty much controlled, and it's not the first time, right?
Right.
Because it happened versus Islam.
Yeah.
How good of a black belt did you consider Tony Ferguson at his prime?
I mean, to me, he was a good black belt. I think the reason why he was so dangerous because he could elbow from the bottom so good. He could cut you from the bottom.
Because when he got Kevin Lee, people were impressed with that. Oh, Matthew's alive.
Is he coming or not?
I don't know. He said, no, bro, mine. Oh, okay. Got it.
So not his computer. His computer.
So I'm going to be like, you still coming? He just answered me like normal. Like he wasn't supposed to be here 30 minutes ago. What you call it? But yeah, we're back. So this is what this podcast is going to be about. Combat experts. And Luis.
And me. I was like, I don't know what you consider me, but
and me. I'm not a combat expert either. What you call it? We're gonna be, talking about everything combat, everything, whether it's Raw Tang. Raw Tang, that's your boy. Boxing. Whatever Jake Paul does.
Karate, Muay Thai.
WWE.
Okay,
wrestling. The Rock.
You don't got an eyebrow to raise, bro. You just winking.
Can you do it?
Yeah.
Can you do it?
Nah.
You can't raise your eyebrow? I don't know if you can see it, but I'm doing it. Can you move your ears?
Can you do what Undertaker does?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has his eyes wide.
Yeah, I
open.
can't do that.
Let me see. Hold on. Matthew is very confused. He's like, he thought we were recording someone.
Recording someone? We are ourselves.
Oh, I should have put that. I just put podcast.
Anyways, anything MMA, anything combat,
anything combat,
entertainment and fighting industry related.
Yes.
We'll talk about it.
And we're gonna start with the question everybody wants to know.
What is that, Chesco? What is a question that everybody wants to know?
Is Ryan Garcia really crazy? Was he really crazy, or is he just kind of? Did he just catch us all by surprise?
I think he says it was an act, but I think he's still a little bit crazy for hanging out with Oscar De La Hoya.
Not lying. Did you see the post-fight press conference?
A little bit.
He didn't look sane in there.
I think he was he. I think it was an act, but I think he acted for so long, like it's taking him a bit to get out of character. Like he's still in character and he doesn't even know it. Like maybe some of it kind of just rubbed off into his actual character.
I'm gonna say this. This is surprising because, well, tell me if you. Well, I'm gonna say it. You and I mean, me and I just hang out sometimes. We go out to eat, right? And things. What we talk about mostly is like fighting, right?
Right.
And when the Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia's fight came out, I remember you telling me that you didn't think neither of them were that good, right?
Right.
Yeah. So that what you call it, and I feel. Tell me what you think. I don't feel Ryan Garcia fought really well.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think he fought well. Did you watch the fight?
I watched the fight. What constitutes a good fight or a good fighter when it comes to boxing? What are some of the parameters that you look at when you look at those things?
That's a good question. I think like a checklist that you would want to have is if you could control the ring, which he didn't, right? Devin Haney controlled that. How active you are, which he was not very active. I think establishing your jab is a big deal.
Okay.
Establishing your jab is a big deal, and he definitely didn't do that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. He didn't do any of this. And outside of the first round and the rounds that he got knockdowns in, did you have him winning any rounds? Maybe the last one, right?
Besides the ones he didn't get knockdowns, no.
And that's why when one of the commentators, one of the guys that was doing like this, his own pointage, he said like they had it tied at 12, 112, 112, right?
Wait a minute. It's a serious conversation. I want to stay serious. Did he just say pointage?
What do you call it? Scorecard.
Like
Sorry,
scoring?
the scorecard.
Hey, he went to college, by the way,
I did.
and graduated from Texas Tech,
Yeah.
and just said pointage.
Hey, I can't be perfect. gotta leave it some room for you guys to get to.
All right, what did you want to know about the pointage?
That the guy who was the announcer, he was talking about scoring each round, and at the end, he had it scored for 112, 112. So he had it tied, and that came from pretty much every other round that he didn't win. He lost. Every round that he didn't knock him down, he lost.
But I think I don't know. Did you watch the fight?
Yeah, I did.
Did you watch it on the Zone?
No, whatever. My cousin streamed it. I don't know.
Okay.
I assumed the Zone is with it, but like.
But what you call it? My point is, did you listen to the commentary?
No, it was too loud. I was at a party.
I feel like they were biased.
Biased towards Haney?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, is it?
One of the judges gave it a tie.
Well, yeah, they probably looked side up, but like, I wasn't too keen on. Like, for example, when he got taken away a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you agree with it?
No, I don't think so. I don't agree with
I
it.
didn't agree with that.
I think they should have given him a warning, a hard warning.
Yes, a hard warning. I didn't agree with the fact that Devin Haney didn't lose a point. He was grabbing like crazy, like and he was given a hard warning.
I thought that round, that the first round where he knocked him down, they should have done 2 other knockdowns.
Yes, I feel like those knockdowns were at least one of them was legit.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna get stopped.
Yes, like I was like I saw it leaning like it was very with the ref with the commentary. I feel like it was very kind of biased.
Yeah,
because it's crazy. Like I don't think that I keep Ryan Garcia. I don't know why I always call him Danny Garcia.
Pointage.
I don't know. I don't think I know why Ryan Garcia. I don't think Ryan Garcia fought well, but he dominated the hell out of Haney.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those instances where, like, even Gaethje says it's like once you get rocked, it's like you're basically fighting for your life.
Yeah.
And I just don't think he ever recovered.
You-
Haney ever recovered.
Never from that first round, right? From the first
But he
round
won round 2, round 3, round 4.
to like sixth.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
won
So
through to six, but it was just because he didn't get hit by the hook. And
the
anytime he
first
got
round
clean,
he just
got
got
hurt.
rocked, right?
And it's crazy because we've seen that a lot. When you get hurt early, and for example, we could talk about this a little bit because I guess this is MMA podcast or combat podcast. It's just random, but do you think it is different if, and I guess I'll just set it and we'll talk about it later. The Adesanya versus Strickland, him getting hurt so bad in the first round, kind of dictated the rest of the fight, don't you think? Like,
It could.
it could, right?
It could make you a little bit gun shy.
It makes you gun shy. It makes you, your reactions definitely have to
Yeah.
like.
You think it's because you start respecting their power a bit more?
No, I just think you're not as crisp. I think being crisp, being sharp,
Yeah.
it's part of striking, especially and all these examples are striking, right? Justin Gaethje, same thing, got hurt in the first round, and
Yeah, no, he
got dominated for 4 rounds,
Yeah.
essentially. So,
I don't think he even won one.
yeah,
No, I don't think he did.
I don't think he did.
Also, what I've heard from other, I think Brandon Schaub said is like once you get rocked, it's like that's the thing that gets you tired the most. Is like
Oh, I guess, yeah. Your body
you
is trying to
get
get
rocked,
back
and
to
you're just like all of a
homeostasis
sudden
and-
you're gassed. You know,
Yeah.
Have you ever been rocked?
I've been like buzzed in
Yeah.
training, but not like I don't know where I'm at.
Like
Maybe,
in your fights, you never been rocked?
No, not in my fights, but it's more happened in training where I've been buzzed or like I
Yeah.
got hit with something and I was just like it took me a second to calculate, but never like I don't know where I'm
It's
at.
crazy. I've been knocked out in soccer a lot.
Knocked out in soccer?
A lot.
Doing what?
What do you mean playing?
Oh, yeah, like, but how did you get knocked? What was happening in the soccer game that made you?
There's always headers. I'm short,
Ah, okay.
but I was never considered a bad header. I don't know how you say it.
What, a bad header to do the pointage?
I don't know how you say it, but I would always go for it. I got twice by a
Because
goalkeeper.
you got legs, that means you can jump high.
I can't jump high.
You
Maybe
can't? Then why are you
that's the
going for headers?
I got good timing, but
Oh,
like,
okay.
but what you got? And honestly, when you're not a pro, which I wasn't, but you're at a decent level, a lot of people just don't go for headers. So if you know how to do it and you go for them, you're gonna win a lot of them. But yeah, it was crazy. Like, I've been knocked out. I remember as a kid, I got knocked out. I thought it was cool. I got knocked out twice by the same keeper. Same way, the same.
A knockout is a immediate concussion, right?
That's what they say, but that's for like weak, like, you know. I think it's people like with babyitis, man. Like, I'm a thug.
So let's not talk about that. Let's talk about clinically. Is a knockout a technical concussion?
Like,
Or can you get
are
knocked
you
out
asking
in
my professional opinion, or like?
your intelligent opinion? Let me ask you, because that's your
I would
more
assume
experience,
so.
right?
I would assume so.
I just didn't know if there was any way to get knocked out and still not have it categorized as a concussion.
Okay, how old are you?
21.
How old were you in 2014?
2014? Shoot, I don't
That's
know.
10 years ago. So 11.
11.
Okay. Oh, did you watch do you remember, I'm guessing at 11 you used to watch soccer, right?
Yeah.
Did you watch the 2014 World Cup?
Yeah.
You're from Uruguay.
Yeah.
Did you watch the England-Uruguay game?
Yes.
Do you know what play I'm talking about?
The one, the game winner, or no?
No.
Or the Pereira one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There we go. So they get into a whole bunch of, and if you know Uruguayans, I guess you can. They're like one of the toughest people you ever like. Uruguay. I don't know how this happened. Maybe you could explain to me. Uruguay has 4 million people in Uruguay. Uruguay is always at the top of the world in soccer.
Okay.
They won the first World Cup.
They won the first 2, I think.
I don't know. I know
They
they won the first one.
They won 2 early, yeah, that's what I mean. And and not only that, they won the first World Cup, and before that, the World Cup didn't exist. What used to be known as the world champion was the team that won the Olympics.
Ah, okay.
You know what I
That
mean?
makes sense. Yeah.
So that would be like the world champion.
Mhm.
So if you see Uruguay's shirt,
They got like
they have 4 stars. So I always thought that was cool because like they won 2 World Cups and the stars signifies World Cups.
Gotcha.
But since they were world champions 4 times, they have 4 stars. Now people criticize them because I'm like, they don't have 4 World Cups, but they put. I'm like, I don't care. That's fine, and that can allow Colombia to put at least 1.
Has Colombia won any Olympics?
Yeah, they haven't won nothing, but
They won a Copa America at one point.
yeah, put that one on there. Like,
Yeah, see?
like yeah, I don't know why. Just put whatever you want on there. And but anyway, so he got hit in the head,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And he was like all dizzy, and they didn't take him out, and they gave him smelling salt and back in there.
Can they do smelling salts in MMA?
No,
No, I don't think so. No.
Not in the middle of a round.
Well, Davi's not in the middle of the round, but I'm just talking like in the corner.
But what do you mean MMA? Well, of course you can in MMA. Like if you're in your gym, yeah.
No, but I'm talking about like in
No,
like,
no, I don't think
UFC
so.
or
I don't believe so.
professionally sanctioned fights.
No, you can't. But apparently there's something that works just like smelling salt, which is like if they take your 2 fingers and like pinch you inside.
Ah, I think that would work.
Yeah, they take your 2
Just pull a
fingers
hair.
and
Oh, really?
no, they don't pull a hair. They pull your skin.
Mm.
They pull your skin and that wakes you up.
I thought it was just like they pressed right here. Cause that's what they did on that Chinese, one of those Chinese ladies in the fight.
I think they do this, something like that, and they press bang right here,
I don't know.
and they.
Maybe that's what I should do to edit videos in the middle of the night instead of falling asleep.
Or stop being lazy.
Be out for another 2 hours.
But what you call it? Hey, you know we should do the smelling salt test.
I'm down, but I'm afraid I'm gonna get a headache.
It's your baby.
Yeah, he was gonna
Have
say.
you ever smelled smelling salt?
No.
That can't be that bad.
Smell bad or is it just like a strong smell?
It's supposed to be a very
never
pungent
done it.
smell, like
It's supposed to be a very what?
pungent. I'm trying to think of
What's pungent?
it's like very strong smell. Very, I don't know what it's supposed to smell like, but imagine getting hit in the face with a smell. That's the only thing I can smell. Okay.
Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it for sure. Good, great description.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now, what's next for Ryan Garcia?
What is next?
You think it's a rematch or?
Oh no, but let me ask you this before we move on to that. Do you think he discovered a cheat code? Something that I think we already knew, but nobody wanted to like realize. Belts mean nothing in boxing.
Oh, but I thought we had talked about this already. That
But I
unfortunately
think
boxing
this
has gone
proved it,
down the
though,
drain.
right? Like the belts don't mean a thing in boxing.
I think it's so watered down that you don't know who's the best. So you might have like a champion who's labeled as a champion, but he might not be the best because
So-
there's so many belts.
I don't know much about boxing. Boxing is probably one of the sports that I know the least of. I probably know more about curling than I do about boxing, right?
Okay. What do you know about curling?
They use the little brooms.
Oh, that's what curling is.
Yeah.
I like that's
On,
what
on
about
ice.
that.
Yeah. So see. So
My mom will be good at
the
this.
UFC is a one entity that pretty much decides who is the best, right? But then you also have, or I guess you did have Bellator. You have one. So there's different promotions, right? But they never cross fight, right?
No.
Well, not the UFC. The other ones do.
Well, PFL owns Bellator now, but
PFL.
like
Yeah.
Bellator is still having their own events, which I don't get.
So I guess just to follow up on my question is, I thought that it was always like that for just combat in general, but I'm wrong, because from what I understood, in boxing there's different promotions and the boxers can fight in those different promotions.
It's called different. What is it?
There's different promotions as well as different like sanction bodies or whatever.
Sanction bodies. That's what it's
So
called.
there's like multiple different stuff.
but there's what 5 sanction bodies?
Yeah, I know one's the WBC. It's like IBF.
Yeah, IBF,
WBO,
IBO, WBO.
WA. I don't know.
So they all have their own championship?
Yes. So
Why is that productive at all in deciding who the best is?
the way the best is the one that when you unify them all.
You unify the four main ones, which is I know it's one of them the WBC.
So if that determines what you're the best, then why have different ones? Is it like divisions, like the?
Oh no, this has been going back for a while. It's like, for example, it's like imagine if Justin Gaethje. Is it the thing is that imagine if UFC, ONE FC, Bellator, and and PFL were all on even ground.
Okay.
Meaning they were all considered to be the same level.
Yeah.
Right. Now imagine if Justin Gaethje beat the UFC champion, he beat the ONE champion, he beat the Bellator champion, and beat the which one am I saying? PFL champion, right?
Right.
So that's what those sanctioning bodies were, right? So they were like, imagine those 4 leagues.
So it's just so everybody can get a cut of the pie.
No, it was a much bigger player pool. So when you have a much bigger player pool, because now boxing's been popular for, we're talking over 100 years, so it's been elite. There's like, for example, the in Puerto Rico, and in Mexico, England, honestly, England, you can make a career in England and never leave England. Like, Nazim Hamed, the Prince Nazim, like, he fought in the USA like 4 times.
Okay.
And he's considered a legend. Like, for example, so some of them are based in England, some of them are based here, Asia, all of that.
The promotions.
I don't know if they're based there, but they're like, just like you can have champions from anywhere, like from Manny Pacquiao and all that. So it's way more worldwide. Now you gotta understand, MMA is young.
Yeah.
Like this thing that people say that MMA that is safer than boxing because you don't see MMA fighters with CTE. You're starting to see it now. The reason you hadn't seen it because too young.
No, that makes complete
You know
sense.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's too young. They haven't developed it yet.
Yeah.
But
It's like you start a study and then you
Yes.
said after a day, yep, no cancer.
yeah. So UFC became something what in 2005?
The UFC? I
Yeah.
Yeah.
thought it was in the 90s.
No, yeah, but I mean, it started becoming legit in
Gotcha.
2005, 2006. So we're talking, it's not even 20 years, is it?
Yeah.
So it's been 30 years of the UFC, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Where it's been legitimate, it's been about 20. So now nobody could tell me that freaking Tony Ferguson and CT aren't and Nate Diaz aren't showing signs of CT. If those aren't signs of CT, I don't know what the hell are.
The only way to actually diagnose CTE is after you pass away.
After you pass away,
Yeah.
right? Like, I don't know, what was it, Stephen Bonner? I don't know if he donated his brain to science. Not only that, you have to pass away and donate your brain to science. You have to do 2 things. So Stephen Bonner seemed like it could have been another case of that. So there's been a lot of probable cases, but going to what I'm saying is that MMA is relatively young hasn't created the player pool yet.
Yeah, makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like,
Makes sense.
Mexico is barely starting to come in. South America hasn't come in at all, really.
But
right?
I think the UFC is getting kind of ahead of that by building all those different institutes in those
Exactly.
countries.
But now, yeah, give it 50 years to 100 years, and now what's going to affect is that imagine if who's a young star? Like, okay, you know who Gegard
Bonico.
Mousasi? Yeah, that's a good one. But like, you know Gegard Mousasi, right?
Yeah.
He left to Bellator when he was pretty good. But it was just him, right? If you get Bo Nickel, if you get 3, 4, 5 of them to leave at the same time, that's gonna start becoming a problem for the UFC.
But the only way you do it is with money, huh?
But they have it. And what's the one thing you could point out about the UFC? Fighter pay.
Yeah. That's,
Right?
that's
What's
like one of the main.
one Achilles heel the
Yeah.
UFC has is fighter pay.
But do you think it's because they don't have it, or do you think it's because they don't want to give it?
They definitely have it. I think right now is this. You need 2 things. Right now, it's like you want to be the best, right? There's only one place you could be the best at. So that's part of your payment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to be the best, you have to do it here. And if you are the best, you're getting paid.
Yeah.
You know
so
what
you
I
get
mean?
the MVPs and the Chandlers.
Exactly. Those guys are getting paid.
Yeah.
The problems are the guys at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, people say the money's in boxing. Yes,
There
and
is
no.
more money in boxing than there is in.
No, there's not.
I just saw it. So apparently,
No, there is.
Okay.
There is. Now, the thing is, people act like, for example, eh, if you fighting in the prelims of the UFC, you can make good money. Who was it? Dominic Cruz fought Pedro Munoz in one of the
Yeah,
prelims.
prelims. Yeah.
Them two made money. Them two made money. I don't know who the hell fought in the prelims of Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Them dudes that make no money.
yeah, it's always the main events.
Yes,
Yeah.
the ones at the top are the ones that make the money.
That's with anything.
But the UFC does a good job of spreading it around
Yeah.
a little bit. Like, for
And
example,
then anybody can get that bonus.
I don't know if you make $32,000 in boxing. Like, probably not if you're at the
Yeah.
bottom, right? How do you start in the UFC? 16-16, right?
Yeah,
That's-
maybe it may be a little bit less, but I don't know. I
Like-
think it
16,
just
16
depends.
means 16 win, 16
16 to show, 16
16
to win. I don't think if you're debuting in boxing, you're gonna make $32,000. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why now. Israel Adesanya, a big payday for him. We're talking what, $6 million, $7 million.
Maybe.
Now a big payday for Errol Spence, who I think is at the level of
That's fine.
Adesanya. We're talking 40, 50, 60, $70 million.
Yeah.
That's the difference. You know what I mean? That's and nobody's paying that. Like PFL's not paying that.
I saw Ryan Garcia got around 60,000 or 60 million for this fight,
Yeah.
and then McGregor for the Poirier fight, the second one, he got 30 million.
And with Saudi coming in is gonna fuck up the world.
Yeah, explain and elaborate.
Well, it's a good thing for boxing. Like Usyk's coming up. Usyk versus Fury's coming
yeah.
up. Bevo versus who's that guy?
Better be
Better Bev. Like them two are
Beterbiev.
undefeated. And that's all Saudi money.
When you say Saudi money, what do you mean?
Like that's the problem with boxing right now. Nobody fights each other because it's like, for me to fight him, you gotta pay me $200 million. Why? Because he can beat me.
Gotcha. And you don't want to jeopardize
exactly.
your. Gotcha.
So if I'm gonna fight him, you gotta give me $200 million. Then what the hell? Why would I pay you that? I can't recoup that.
Yeah. And it's not like the UFC where they'll just take your belt away and.
Yeah, they'll take it away, but like we said, belts mean nothing. So
Gotcha.
they're like, take it. I'll fight the next guy that gets it.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So yeah, you get mandatories all the time in boxing and don't follow them. So it comes down to that. Yeah, it's like for me to fight him, I need $200 million.
It's like the Canelo thing. Like Benavidez has been his mandatory for the past 3 years. Canelo doesn't want to fight him.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's right. Like, which that's astonishing to me. Yeah, like because of for example, if I know my hardest fight is Isaiah's, and so for that fight I need $200 million. But me as a company, I can't pay you $200 million because Isaiah's he knows his hardest fight is me. So for him, he needs $200 million. We can't recoup $400 million.
Yeah.
Right? But I could give you $100 million to go fight you to the easier fight.
Yeah.
And I only have to pay you $10 million.
Because for me, it's a reach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But $10 million is a decent payday, right?
Right.
That's how boxing works. But now Saudi's like, we don't gotta recoup a damn thing. Tell me what you need, how much you need,
Yeah.
just do it here. You know what I mean? And yeah, Saudi's
All
like
the super fights are happening over there.
exactly.
Gotcha.
Just do it here. Like, all right, Francis Ngannou wants 200 and Tyson Fury wants 3. Do it.
Ngannou and Joshua.
Ngannou and Joshua, do it. Fury and Usyk, do it. Like, now, the problem is that, look, man, in life you're gonna realize anything. This goes for anything. With money, with food, with women, with sex, with anything. When you get something, you're gonna want more.
Gotcha.
It's just everything. Like when you, I already had that. What's your favorite restaurant?
I have a couple of different ones that I would say, but let's say Renush.
Renew. Normal. Like, what's your favorite restaurant? Because his example is not gonna work.
Fogo de Chao, probably.
Okay, Fogo de Chao. If I take you to Fogo de Chao 20 days in a row, you're not gonna probably want to go the 21st.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's just not.
Right.
You're gonna want something else. So
That's why it was a bad example.
Yeah, because he would love it.
21st, let's go
yeah.
again.
Yeah. So
Twice on the 21st.
and that's what I'm saying. And by the way, it's like even Saudi Arabia is gonna be like, eventually they're gonna be like, no, we're not paying for this crappy ass fight.
Yeah.
So and that's why boxing's kind of going to hell but it is, if they don't find a middle ground, it's gonna be a problem. Like, but like Ryan Garcia now proved that belts don't matter. I think because he didn't
Prove
win
to
the,
whom? Because I think we all knew.
Yeah, but he didn't win the belt, right?
Mm-mm.
He didn't win the belt, and Devin Haney's still the champion. But you can see it in his face; he didn't care. It's
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
it doesn't mean anything. So, like, I think that Ryan Garcia kind of becomes the star of boxing now.
Yeah.
I think so.
Like the main draw.
I think so.
I think so, especially since he already had a huge following even before that.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Who are the stars of boxing right now?
Canelo,
Canelo.
I would say Tank a little bit.
I think Ryan's above 10.
I think now he is.
Yeah.
Um,
I would say Canelo, Ryan, and Joshua.
Joshua, not who's the Gypsy King?
Fury is. I don't think.
Not Fury.
Look, man, sports world is entertainment world.
Mm-hmm.
How you look matters.
Okay.
It just does.
that is
So that
true.
for that reason, Wilder, not Deontay, not just
Like I would say everybody wants Tyson Fury's skill.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to look like Tyson Fury. Like
Yeah.
nobody's like, oh, I don't want to be Tyson Fury. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like I just think that's kind
They're
of
not making action figures of him anytime soon.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like
It's so weird because his brother's nice and fit.
it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're half brothers though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
So, but yeah, it's kind of like the world we live in. Like, I don't know if this is breaking news. Nick Diaz versus Tony Ferguson.
I did
What?
not hear that.
Yes, like I think this is confirmed. Let me
MMA
see.
or boxing?
No. UFC.
In the what?
I feel like that might be fake.
It may be fake, but I don't think so. I think I saw it more than once.
When is the Nate Diaz versus
Masvidal?
Masvidal? That's this weekend, huh?
No. I think it's. I know it headbutts with the UFC event because they were talking about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think with the UFC pay per view.
When is it?
I don't know.
It's coming up soon, so it has to be the next one.
Is
Probably
it soon?
301. Probably 301, and that's probably the best one to go against. Because there's nothing going on in 301.
No, it's because Ariel Helwani was telling Masvidal he's going against Poirier. Like,
Oh,
they're
that's
going
303. Oh, 302.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
that ain't the one to go.
Yeah,
against.
nah. If it was 301, that would be perfect.
That should have been. Let me see. UFC. I'm sorry,
I think
Mazda.
301 is next weekend already. Next week is
Already?
May 4th. Yeah.
We still don't know what we're gonna do for that.
We'll meet up on Sunday.
Yeah, I think we're gonna meet up on Sunday. It's next weekend.
It's May 4th. May 4th is
Oh,
next
then, yeah.
weekend.
Oh, I was like, so we don't got to preview it yet. I was like, but shouldn't we preview?
Yeah, no.
Masvidal versus Diaz. Why is it saying 2? It's technically 1, right?
For boxing, yeah.
Do we want to? When is it again? Yeah, let's talk about it now because I don't think it's something we're gonna.
We're never going to talk about it again.
June 1st. That's still a while from now. June 1st. You think Nate Diaz has a chance?
I think cardio wise, yeah. How many? Oh, I don't even know how many rounds it is. Do you know how many
It
rounds?
should be 12. They're pros.
They'll probably make it 8 rounds now
Like
because
10.
it's
Maybe 10, yeah.
Like 12 is only for main event or
Is
title.
this for the BMF belt? Should be.
Maybe.
I don't see why not.
You know what I wouldn't mind seeing is Masvidal and Gaethje. In MMA though.
At 170?
Yeah.
Honestly, I said this take on when we did the post fight, which was, I think as much as I love Justin Gaethje, I gave this take. Tell me if you disagree with me. I think that Justin Gaethje has had the perfect UFC career, like the perfect MMA career, like meaning everything works perfectly for him. Like I don't think there's anybody that doesn't like Justin Gaethje as a fighter. I don't think there's anybody fighters or fans that don't respect Justin Gaethje. I think Justin Gaethje till this day, including the Max Holloway fight, has won a bonus for every single fight he's ever fought in. He's made almost a ridiculous amount of money. He is a championship near level fighter. Like
Top 5.
I would say top 3. Like you think there's
no.
there's more
I was
than
trying to keep it
yeah.
within the
top 3 in his division, of course. Like he's a money maker fighter. Like everything. I think that in MMA he's a star, but in life he can still probably go to the mall and go to Walmart. Like you know what I mean? Like,
she's popular enough for the UFC, but not popular enough for like real life. And
exactly. But it's the perfect balance where I'm like, it's. If I want something, if I want to go to a game like this, a playoff game, I could probably make a call and get it done.
But once I'm there, nobody's gonna.
But once I'm there, nobody's gonna bug me. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like that's why that's my take. I don't know if you disagree. Like,
I think he is. And I think he's in an interesting position to where if Poirier wins the title, he's right. Them fighting a trilogy fight.
That's not. I hadn't even thought about that.
That's not crazy to.
I hadn't
not
even
crazy
thought
at all.
about that.
no, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's so far fetched that Dustin Poirier wins.
Yeah, I know that.
Like,
But if Poirier's getting a shot off of this
Yeah.
one win versus a guy who's ranked number 13,
yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Justin could get the shot.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But I think that like it's so far fetched that Dustin Poirier's gonna win the title. I think that this is what's left for Justin Gaethje. I'm like Justin Gaethje doesn't have more than 2 fights left in the UFC. I think.
Right.
Max 3. And I'm like,
I'd agree.
make sure to cash out, man. Make sure that every single one of them is a legacy fight. Make sure your 3 fights are, what you call it, McGregor, Poirier 3, and Masvidal. You know how much money you make out of those 3 fights? Win or lose, like, cause what is he gonna go do? Fight Armin Sarukian?
Nah, I don't
Like,
think he's fighting any.
Go fight
contenders.
Benoit Saint-Denis? Like, go fight what's
You need somebody with just as big of a name, but
I'd
not
say-
bigger.
Mateus
If I were
Gamrot?
him, do McGregor, Poirier, Covington.
I said Covington too. That they were like those are the fights you should fight. Yeah, I'm like, fight those fights and make
Call
your
it a
money,
day.
man. Call it a career. Like, trust me, who wouldn't want that career?
Yeah.
Like, I've said it. Like,
Do you think he leaves on top or he leaves at the bottom? Like when I'm saying on top, on a losing or a win. Like let's say 3, and he wins all 3. You say you say, well, one more.
oh, that one more better be the title.
Okay, I see what you.
That one more better be a DC type fight. You know how DC versus Stipe is like, this is my last win or lose. I'm either retiring the champion or I'm retiring. Like, yeah, if he wins those 3, because the guys we named aren't step overs. By the way.
No. They're good fights.
Yeah, the guys we named, it's not like you're just beating anybody. If you beat those 3, yeah, I don't care who the champion is. He better be fighting them. By the way, you're Justin Gaethje. So Justin, like, when your name is big, you get to skip the line.
Yeah.
And absolutely. So, but I don't know what I was trying to say. But whatever, I don't know why
He
we
had the
were
best
talking
career.
about. I don't know why we were talking about Gaethje, but Gaethje's badass, bro.
Because of Macedon.
Oh.
Diaz.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Does I don't think Nate Diaz has a chance. Or we're gonna find out how good Jake Paul really is.
Right.
Like, because the one thing that Masvidal was good at in MMA was boxing.
Right.
so
Is he fighting Masvidal anytime soon? I don't think so. Jake.
no. He's fighting Nick Diaz, but I'm like, Jake Paul couldn't beat. He couldn't knock out
Nate.
Nate. I don't understand how Nate Diaz. I don't think Nate Diaz can hurt Masvidal. Maybe
No,
I'm
I
wrong,
don't think so.
but I don't see how. And the one thing that Masvidal was good at was boxing. So if that don't work out, he's probably in trouble. But yeah, last thing I want to talk about. What?
No, you're good.
Or maybe not the last thing, but Adesanya. If Adesanya ends up fighting Sean Strickland again,
No. Oh wait.
oh, so-
But you know about Sean Strickland's next fight, right?
Paulo Costa.
Okay, I just didn't know if you knew. I thought you said like that was second.
Yeah, Paulo Costa. I think he wins that fight.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I think,
Paul or Sean?
no, I think Sean wins that fight. I think Sean Strickland's really good.
I think he's underrated.
Yes,
We talked about it when
like
he
I
beat.
said, I've rewatched the
Grizzly.
Drickus, and I feel he won. I
Yeah.
really feel he won. I feel he won first, second, and fifth. And something Dana White says, I do agree with. Like, to the champion, you have to beat. That kind of beat, kind of this, kind of
Can't leave it to the judges.
Yeah, you can. I don't agree with that, and that's kind of what happened in that fight. What you call it? But if Adesanya and Strickland fight again, do you see it going much different?
I think I would just have to see how Adesanya does in his next fight.
Like, yeah, but it's like, what can Adesanya really do different? Like, maybe be more active, but outside of that, he's not gonna wrestle.
Yeah.
Like, he's not the guy to walk through anything.
He's so
right?
much of a counter puncher, a counter fighter.
And yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
his style is kind of picture perfect for Strickland.
Yeah.
Or do you see it any different?
To be honest, off the top of my head, I don't know. I just think, not that he was slacking out, but I think when you're at that point when they fought, when you're Adesanya, you've defended the belt so many times. I think it's a matter of like, not how hungry you are, but like how seriously are you taking this challenger?
What's
I
crazy?
mean, if you think about it, he's done it kind of all in the sport,
Who, Adesanya?
almost all of it, but yeah.
I think the Drake is definitely one. That's a big deal. Like this year in UFC may be the best year ever. If you look at the fights that are going on,
So we said that last year too.
What were the biggest fights of last year?
Chandler versus Gaethje was last year.
The beginning of the year?
Yeah, I think so.
Was that Poirier McGregor? The same card?
No, I think that was 20.
Oh, that was
might have-
Covington. Usman.
2023.
I think that was 2020. It was 2023
Covington versus who?
versus Usman.
I think so.
No, I
The
don't.
best fights of 2023.
Look, Leon Edwards got thrown last year.
Yeah,
Izzy
it
got
definitely wasn't last
dethroned.
year. So it
Herrera came up last year.
Yeah, but Covington Usman too. Usman won, and that was for the title. And Usman didn't fight 3 times in last year. So yeah, it wasn't last year. What you call it? So, but anyways, the point is, what was the first fight of the year? That was pretty sucky.
Oh, the Islam Volk fight. The first one was pretty
Islam Volk.
good. That was pretty good.
That was the first one, right?
Yeah.
That was. What else happened?
Adesanya knocked out Pereira. That was pretty good. Pretty
Mhm.
exciting.
But we had seen it already. What I'm saying is that this UFC 300 is huge.
It was a good card.
This
and I think
year-
it delivered.
We're getting Poirier Makachev.
Got McGregor, Chandler.
We're getting McGregor Chandler. We're getting Jones Stipe.
Is that for a sure thing?
They're not fighting nobody else that's not them.
Yeah, but I just didn't know if they were. 'Cause
If Stipe don't fight this year, like what the hell? When's he gonna fight? How old is Stipe?
Yeah.
Like he better fight this year.
isn't Jones in legal trouble right now?
Well, when is Jones not in legal trouble?
Yeah, but that's when he doesn't fight.
When is John Jones not in legal trouble? He's always in legal trouble. That can't stop you now, right? Like, who else? We got Duplessis Adesanya.
Potentially Taporia and O'Malley.
Topuria and Max.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, like this year in the UFC could be the suckiest one is gonna be Bilal Leon.
The second one's gonna be the one next week.
Yeah, 301 is gonna be.
That's oh my god, it's terrible.
There's
Like-
one in Brazil, right? Pantoja versus somebody.
Pantoja versus some dude named Leclerc. Is he Mexican?
No, I don't know what he is.
Apparently, this guy can knock out anybody. They say. I saw a video of him. He's huge.
Leclerc.
I don't know how he makes 125.
don't.
Hey, I'm upset. It might not be him because I have no idea who he is. 'Cause I have no idea who he is. I'll do my research. I'll watch some fights before the fight comes up. But I don't know, man. I'm not too excited about this fight. And Jose Aldo's fighting who?
Jonathan Martinez.
No idea who that is. Like, if I'm Brazil, I'm fucking.
I thought Jose Aldo retired.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he got retired. He retired. He got inducted.
And did he win his boxing match? Who did he fight?
When did he fight?
Oh, it was Jeremy Stevens, right?
Yeah.
Did he win?
I think so. Actually, I don't know. I don't watch boxing.
Appreciate the honesty, man.
Oh man. Nah, but that's the fight I do. When is it?
When is what?
Well, of course we'll go deep dive. But when Whitaker fights Hamza,
Oh, that's like sometime.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a good fight.
That's in Saudi Arabia.
this is Saudi Arabia. Is it 5 rounds?
Yeah, because I think it's the main event.
It's a fight night, huh?
Yeah.
You who you got?
Oh. I'm gonna go with Hamzat. Even though I wasn't really impressed with him. I'm gonna go with Hamzat. To me, Whitaker didn't look good against Costa. I don't think Costa's that good.
I think he looked good against Costa. I just think
I say Whitaker.
the reason, to me, the problem, like, can you think Hamza can stand with Whitaker?
No.
And I get it. This was a long time ago. Do you think Hamza's a better wrestler than Yoel Romero?
The first round, yes.
The first round, right?
Yeah.
The first round. Now, Yoel Romero was a beast. You want to talk about somebody who doesn't look normal? Is Yoel Romero.
He isn't normal.
Like, but it's like, you can't even blame it on steroids. Like,
No.
that's like, it's like if your steroid took steroids.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. And for 2 fights, he couldn't really dominate Whitaker. So I'm like, is he gonna be able to just dominate Whitaker like that? And people are like, yeah, but he dominated Usman. Whitaker's bigger than Usman, significantly.
Yeah.
So, and remember, Hamza made 170. So did Whitaker, but this was a while ago. I think they're gonna be close. He's not gonna be able to ragdoll Whitaker how he expects to. Like,
I don't think he'll be able to ragdoll him. I think he will win, though.
you think he wins?
Just because of where Whitaker's at in his career right now.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he's on.
Whitaker's not that
No,
old
no.
though.
Yeah, but I think he's reached
It's on the decline.
his ceiling. Yeah.
Absolutely that. Yeah, he's definitely done that. But yeah, that's I think I got Whitaker.
Me too.
And if Whitaker wins that, he's got the champ, right?
I don't know who got the champ. If Adesanya wins,
But he never in life beat neither of them two.
Dricus or
They're too big. Dricus Duplessis is just too damn big.
he is a big guy.
He's
a very big
too
guy.
damn big.
who do you think wins between if Duplessis would fight Hamzat?
Duplessis. I think Duplessis.
I think Hamzat.
I think that's a better matchup for Hamza. I don't think Duplessis is not very technical.
To me, he fights so ugly.
The problem is that he can walk through a lot of things.
I think he's just very awkward. So he just catches you with weird stuff.
He looks dead in the first round and somehow makes it to the fifth. Like, he looks like what Chandler is. You know, like, you know how Chandler looks dead and is dead by the second round? Like, because I'm a proponent this day. If Chandler would have thought a little bit, he beats Poirier. Like, I'm not a wrestler, but you know, it's like, when you throw somebody, you know, throw him forward. Threw him the other way. it just that was the end. If he throws him forward, he stays.
He got caught in the moment. He didn't know what to do with
He
it.
stays on top of Poirier for the next 4 minutes or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, and he swings too wild and things like. But I think that Duplessis does the same thing. But he walks through a lot of things. In the Whitaker fight, Whitaker was outpointing him, but he's just huge and that's the thing, that Whitaker can't hurt anybody is the problem. And everybody could hurt him.
Yeah.
Because he's just smaller than everybody in that division. So if he wins... Remember, he got hurt against Cannonier, too.
Whitaker?
Yeah, Whitaker was beaten. It was a 3-round fight. It's 15 minutes. He dominated for like 14 minutes and 50 seconds. And then like the last 10 seconds, he got clipped and almost got ended. Because those guys are just big, man. But all right, so actually, let's do this. We said we are gonna make a schedule, right, of how we're gonna approach this podcast, right?
Right.
So let's go. I'm gonna put. What should I Google, Luis? You're the Googler.
Just put UFC
No,
pay-per-views.
man. Go boxing first. Boxing
Boxing.
events in 2024.
Does this need to be on the podcast?
Oh, doesn't Canelo fights next
Huh?
weekend too?
Does this part need to be on the podcast?
But I'm saying that again.
Canelo fights next weekend, right?
See, there you go. See, this is good for the podcast. It's called content. This is a team creates thing. Where would you want
This
it
should
to
be like a behind the scenes, if anything.
Okay, fine. We're gonna do this behind the scenes then, because.
The boss man.
Yeah. Okay, look, my hero is Howard Stern. Okay, did you do the research I told you
We
to
talked
do?
about. I forgot. So no.
This is the problem.
I don't even know what he told me to
Okay,
do.
look, we're gonna talk Red Crew a little bit. Yeah, we're almost done. So we're gonna talk Red Crew a little bit.
My
this
team
is my
hates
right
me.
hand
No, no, no. I'm poor, pitiful me. I'm being a martyr for everything.
This is my right hand man.
On his left.
And
Maybe that's why things aren't working out.
So everything has to go through him, right? So I don't know if you know how producers of podcasts work. The producer should outline the podcast, right? He used to have a segment about a year ago,
Yeah.
right? Which was the Louis stupid question of the day.
Stupid question.
I don't know if you
I'm
were
sure at
around
one
for
point
it.
you've been part of it.
You've been part of it.
I think I don't
Yeah.
know.
Anyways, ever since he did his last stupid question, he hasn't brought one single topic to the podcast. Not one. And I need help from my right-hand man to bring some type of content to this content-based
Platform,
podcast
yeah.
that we produce. Understand? I don't think it's too much to ask for.
If I do that, you do nothing.
What do you mean? I do everything.
What else do you do?
Again, it's been about a year.
All I see you is being lazy, man.
Stop calling me lazy. I'm not lazy. You know I'm the antithesis of lazy. I work. I sleep
Spell
like.
antithesis.
Spell what?
Hey, my stuttering came into play here.
You know, I don't. Man, I'm happy for Luis. The other day, there was a girl who put out like what she wanted in men or whatever. One of the things that she put. Oh no, it wasn't a girl. It was like a multitude of girls that gave her like a whole bunch of lists. Yeah, I want this. I want to be tall. I want to be funny. I want them to be creative. I want to be rich. I want to be whatever.
I haven't heard one of those I fit into.
And then, but the problem for you was that they all said they wanted a good communicator.
That's a problem?
Yeah,
Why is that a problem?
because you can't talk.
Communication doesn't always have to be with words.
So how you gonna sign language then? Or,
That's what I'm saying.
Like so, I'm like, damn man, I'm happy for Luis that he found somebody. And it's bad communication because she obviously lies to him. Like she tells him that he's funny.
She
he's
thinks
not.
I'm hilarious for some reason. And I tell her, I know you're lying. She's like, I'm not lying, babe. Well, you're a good liar.
You know she's definitely lying. She tells him that she likes puzzles. Nobody in life likes puzzles.
I don't know if you saw, but we literally did a puzzle this weekend.
Yeah, doesn't mean she likes it. I've done puzzles.
No, she
I
likes
don't
it.
like them.
No, she
Like-
loves them.
She says she likes Rubik's cubes. Nobody likes.
I
Rubik's
never
cubes.
said she liked that.
Nobody likes Rubik's
I
cubes
never said
in
she
life.
liked that.
So I'm like, he found the one, and that's like Cupid. Cupid for like nerds.
Nerds are us.
But yeah, so I told him to research Howard Stern because who are you gonna be?
The guy that Howard Stern hires.
No, like there's a guy who's like the backbone of the Howard Stern show. His name is Gary.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I need you. To
That's
do
like
your research.
my generation's Howard Stern and Joe Rogan. So it'll be Jamie.
Exactly,
Yeah,
James.
sure,
There
gotcha.
you go. But like Howard Stern was funny, so that's
Gotcha.
why we got to go through. You know,
You don't think Joe Rogan's funny? He's literally a comedian.
I love Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is good at almost everything he's ever done in life. Joe Rogan has to be the worst comedian ever created in the history of comedy.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen any of his stand up. Remember he was a comedian.
Have you ever seen a comedian that's constantly unfunny?
As someone that I don't find funny, yeah.
Right? Like there's, but at least they're trying to be. Like for example, what's his name? The last OG. What's his name?
Mm-mm.
He's a black comedian that got into like 18-wheeler accident. Tracy Morgan. He was on.
He got on an 18-wheeler actually? I didn't know that. When was
Yeah.
this?
I don't know, man.
Was this recent or like?
Look, man, we're talking negative about him. Let's not try to find the like.
No, I don't know. I didn't know what we're
Let's
doing.
not trying to find the positive around his.
All right,
18-wheeler
Tracy Morgan.
accident.
Tell me, what about him?
I don't think he's funny.
I never found him funny.
I never found him
No.
funny. But you can tell when he's talking that he's trying to be funny.
Because his type of humor is exaggerated.
Exaggerated,
Yeah.
or whatever. Some people don't find Kevin Hart funny, but you can tell that he's trying to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When you see Joe Rogan, you're like, oh, he's trying to be funny?
No?
No, he's just talking.
Yeah.
He's not trying to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Or comedians either trying to be funny and you don't find them funny, which is fine, or they're not trying to be funny and they are funny.
Yeah.
It's one of the two. It's not a guy that's not trying to be funny and is not funny.
He's a paradox.
He's a pair of what?
He's the paradox.
Yeah, he's a pair of ducks. Okay. So, thank you for watching. This has been the creation of Isaiah's. You know, look, Isaiah took initiative, something you
I
need
like
to
that.
do.
I like that assist.
He came up to me. He's like, "Hey, can we start all? Did you say all MMA or all combat?
Big fight. Yeah, combat.
Yeah.
Combat.
So right now, I don't know what we're gonna do. We're probably gonna go somewhere because we couldn't do it on the video or the podcast because of Luis.
I'm saying it'd just be a bunch of dead space.
And-
For you look on your phone, you look at your phone, and me just waiting here for you.
And we're gonna
See
create
what
a
y'all gonna
list
say.
of all the events we're gonna cover, and we're gonna try to do a preview of that event, recap of that event, and put it out for you guys. So thank you for watching. Oh, we're gonna start a TikTok, right? What are you
Yeah.
gonna start?
I can start it this week.
But
Like,
is
you
it gonna be
created it.
TikTok or is it gonna be That's your baby. You decide what you do with it. I'm not.
Okay, both.
You're gonna do
Instagram.
both. See, I like that.
TikTok and what?
Instagram.
There
I
we
like
go.
it. Yeah,
We
see?
got both. Okay, we're gonna have a TikTok and an Instagram. We should put Tone on getting us a logo, right?
We don't even have a logo for this.
We do
this
have a
podcast.
logo. Tone
We
made
do. What's the logo?
Well, ask Tone. You should know this. What
It's-
the hell?
This should be on the YouTube. Why isn't it on the
sucks,
YouTube?
I swear, it is on the YouTube.
Where?
The freaking logo of our YouTube. It's the logo. What are you talking? You're the one who edited.
That's a circular definition. I can't. You gotta.
You're
give
the
use
one
of
who
words.
edits it every single week. How don't you know it? Isaiah is gonna start a TikTok and an Instagram initiative. Tone is gonna make us a logo, which we already have a logo for the Red
Yeah,
Crew.
that's what we
Hey.
do. A bad logo,
The
but
guy
it's a
in
logo.
charge of it should know, but
Logo,
apparently
but-
didn't.
Bad logo, nonetheless.
Like so, like every time you edit, that thing pops up. What did you think it was? A coincidence?
That's not a coincidence. I just like I the times that I see it mainly is whenever I put the intro up, and the intro it's a video, so it's not a logo. I just thought it was just like a
It's a whole video,
graphic.
big old graphic.
It's a
that comes
graphic
out
that he
and it says
created.
the Rec Crew. How is that not a logo?
the record. Those are words. The logo doesn't necessarily have to have the words in them. Nike, what's the logo? It's swoosh. Where do you
Okay.
see Nike in there? Adidas, what's the logo? The 3 lines. What do you see Adidas in there?
Okay,
The logo doesn't always have to have the name of
but
the.
it can.
I never said it couldn't. I'm just saying I thought that he just put the name over it. That I didn't think that the name was a logo.
It's so disappointing.
My logic makes sense. You just don't want to accept it.
Because you're
You
the
just
one
don't want
who
to
handles
accept
it.
it.
You're the one who handles it.
Handles what?
And
I never handled the creation of the logo.
but you're the one who puts the logo everywhere.
Where did I put it?
Every single video.
It's a graphic. A graphic is not the same as a logo. I
We
can make
put out 3 videos a day. He's the one that puts them out.
We had a graphic for the Louis' stupid question of the day. There wasn't a
What was
logo.
the logo for the stupid question?
No, that's how it works. It's just words.
That was the logo that represented
no,
that you're
no.
stupid.
As you're calling me your right hand man or your left,
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, he definitely got limitations.
like the right side.
Yeah. All right, but I'm gonna put Tone. Tone's gonna get you a logo. We'll get it to you and we'll be good to go. All right. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. See you next time.
Peace.